evening. Hello, my lovelies. Right, I hope you're all good. I hope everybody has been successful with the new collection. I hope you've all been successful. Hi, Charlotte. How funny, we was just messaging. Oh, I've got itchy nose. I've really bad hay fever. Right, I'm just going to turn my... Hi. Hi, Caroline. Hi, Sarah. I'm just going to turn the old computer down because I've got WhatsApp going through the computer. And I just need to quit it because it's really noisy. Right, I hope we're all good. Happy Wednesday. I had to think about that then. I really thought it was Thursday. Happy Wednesday. So we're here for a little bit of Wednesday night training. Scent Squad weekly training. Here we are. I'm loving these weekly check-ins with you guys because I feel like I'm giving something back to you all. You're all working so bloody hard. So I hope you're all well. Now, I'm not expecting many to be on tonight because I know some are still putting orders through. Do you know what? I didn't screenshot what our team figures were before I started. I'm just inviting a few people. So I'm just going to wait for a few people to come on, but a very, very happy Wednesday to you. I don't know about you guys. I just feel like we had a really, really smooth LTO there. That was a really smooth, you know, start and finish, which was good. So I hope you're all really, really well. So tonight's title of the live is... 2 seconds, let me just balance. Tonight's title to the live is 5 tasks that you could do every single day which are going to make your business a really successful, booming business. That's quite a long title, but that's what we're looking at. Hi, my Janie. Hi. So what I'm going to be talking about is 5 tasks, 5 things that you could do every single day that is going to mean that your business is going to be uber successful because you're doing those 5 things every single day. So I'm going to talk about 5 different points. I've actually got a 6th point that's sort of going to roll into a few of the others. I'm going to elaborate on them, but it's not going to be a long training tonight because this is all stuff that you guys know. You guys know that, but this is just going to be in one small training that's all in one place so that you can refer back to this if you just need... Say you're having like a moment where you're thinking, my business just is not great at the moment, then these are 5 things that are going to help you. If you set out to do these 5 things every single day, I promise with you, your business is going to boom. So I've got some notes, by the way. I'm not just keep looking that way. So 5 things. Okay, are we ready? Have you got your pen and paper? Are you good to go? Are you good to go? I'm good to go. I'm excited for you all. That's a bit flat. Okay, so number one, and you've heard this so many times, and you're going to be like, oh my God, seriously, does she keep saying that? Be consistent. Okay, consistency is key. You might have heard this every single time. In this business is literally, hey Leah, this business is literally just about being consistent every single day and having little set tasks that you do every single day or every other day maybe, but try and do them every single day because every single day will mean that people are seeing you. Okay, so here's what I mean by being consistent. I'm not just talking about like rocking up every day, but these are the sort of things that I mean with consistency. So number 1, you need to open your shop every day. So by opening your shop every single day, I mean literally by posting on your business page. If you don't have a business page, posting on your customer groups. If you don't have a customer group, posting on your personal page. At least somewhere on your social media, you need to show that every single day you are open for business. It may well be that you post 1 selfie a day of you with a flower or with you with a wax bar or with you with a Scentsy Go or flicking your warmer on, but at least 1 post a day, you need to be out there letting people know that you're a Scentsy consultant. If they don't know that, they're going to look and they're going to go buy everywhere else. They're literally going to be like, my consultant doesn't do it anymore. I've had people come to me and say, I'm going to buy off you because my consultant doesn't sell it anymore. They tell me their consultant's name. Their consultant is in our Scent Squad. And I say, your consultant is still active. You need to go back to them and go and message them and say, are you still selling? Are you still selling Scentsy? So it's really, really important that you open your shop every day. This is a really good analogy, and I get this from Laura Sawkins. Imagine your favourite clothes shop. So let's say, for example, ASOS online. I'm just going to talk about online for a minute. You go to ASOS, and on Monday, you go on there at 9 o'clock in the morning to buy all your favourite clothes, and it says, our shop is not open. And it says, our shop will be open between 2 and 3 today. You go to back to your website at 2 and 3 and you buy what you want to buy. Let's say, for example, you forget to buy something. So you think the next day you go to there to open it. And again, it's shut. And their shop is open between 1 and 1:30. You're never going to remember those business hours. It's a bit like, or your favourite shop in town. You never know when it's open. For me, I'm always disappointed that Cafe 11 is shut on a Monday, because I forget that it's shut on a Monday, because I always fancy going out for breakfast on a Monday and I always forget it's open. For me, I wish Cafe 11 was open every single day, because that's my consistent place that I want to go and eat my breakfast. If I'm going to go anywhere, that's where I want to go, because it sells the most amazing healthy breakfast. So you need to be the same. Your business needs to be open every single day. Now, it doesn't matter where you open your business, but that you need to be posting, for example, on your business page. You need to be posting on your stories. You need to be posting on your customer group. Now, I make sure I do at least one of those. If I try and post on every platform, but it doesn't always happen. I've had people message me before and say, are you okay? Because you haven't posted very much on your Instagram or on your business page recently. And I'm like, do you know what? It's just been because I've been really, really busy. And then I think to myself, oh my God, people are watching all the time. People are looking for you to open your business doors every single day and let them know what's new, what's occurring, what are you using. They want to know these things, okay? They want to know these things. So if you've got a team, you also need to let your team know that you are here every single day. So if you've got your own team group, the same as I do in Scent Squad, you need to post in your team group at least once a day. And you need to at least be in your team chat once a day to let everybody know, hey, I'm here. If you need me, I'm here to help you. You need to be available, okay? If you're going to have a team, that's really, really important that you're there. And I'm not saying that you've got to be there every single day to hold people's hands. But what I am saying is, if you've got a teamie, you need to at least be able to try and answer some questions and not like disappear off the face of the planet for like 5 days and then be like, oh, hi, I'm here today. It just doesn't work like that. And if that is how you want to run your business with a team, you probably shouldn't have a team. It's just something to think about. Food for thought there. You also want to be posted on your stories. As I say, Instagram stories I've linked my Instagram with my Facebook, and I've talked about this before. It has made a world of a difference, because I post on my Instagram, it automatically goes on my Facebook. I cannot tell you how I get one response on my Instagram and I get a completely different response on my Facebook. But my stories 100% have increased my sales. So I posted those beautiful videos that SJ did that were on this new collection. And I literally sold 4 collections off of the back of my Insta stories. And without posting those, and that was without messaging anybody or anything, without posting those, people might have seen it on my page but not seen it on my stories, and it might have been seeing it on my stories that triggered their brain to go, do you know what, I really fancy that collection. That people don't always see things on just your Facebook, so sometimes we have to be on multiple platforms to allow them to actually see us. But you need to do it consistently. It's no good literally just turning up once a week or once a month and saying, oh, I'm putting, unless that's how you want to run your business. There are some people watching this that might be like, look, I just want to put in 1 order a month and I'm just going to do it for my friends and family. That's absolutely fine, and this doesn't apply to you. So but you need to be consistent. You need to remind people that you're there as a Scentsy consultant, that you are one, because you need to be proud. Okay, so that's really, really important. Okay, so that's the first thing. Be consistent. That's point number 1. Point number 2, you need to do this. You need to speak to people. Now, some people might be like, oh my God, I'm just not a people person. I don't like talking to people. I'm not confident. But you need to be speaking to people. You need to be having conversations. You need to be meeting new people. For your business to be successful, you have got to become a people person. So, for example, when I went into the co-op last week, I had my Scentsy hoodie on, and the guy behind the counter, I will say, he said to me, oh my God, you're one of those Scentsy consultants, you sell those candles. And I said, yeah, I do. And we had a little 10-minute chat. Now, I know he's already got a consultant, so I'm not going to push that on him. But he asked me how things were going. I just stood there, I had a little chat, spoke to the other guy that was behind the counter, and he was like, oh, what's this thing called Scentsy? We chatted for about 10 minutes, and off I went. Next time I go in there, I might take some samples in there, because I've opened up that relationship. I've spoken to people. Next time I go in there, I make a point of saying hello to him and How are you? The same when I go to the post office. My local post office is in my little mini Tesco's. So I speak to the two ladies that are behind the counter. They ask me how business is going. I have a conversation. I don't just go in there and pay for my items and bugger off. I try and drop it into conversation somewhere about what I'm doing, or, you know, that I want things, I make my packages smell pretty. I literally speak to people wherever I go. And it may well be that you just say to somebody, have a really nice day when you leave, like as you're a shop, because they've just served you. But they're going to remember you because you've said something that maybe somebody else hasn't. So it's all about having conversations. You've got to be speaking to people. You might see old friends, for example, tell them you're a Scentsy consultant. Tell them how amazing you love, what you love about Scentsy. And they might be like, no, I'm not interested. It's never a no. Always remember that. It's never a no. But you need to be speaking to people regularly. Don't go anywhere. If you go into town, make sure you have a conversation with somebody. You know, if you go to your local shop, have a conversation with somebody. Don't be this person that's so afraid to talk to people. Don't be afraid. Bear with me 2 seconds. Sorry. Artie's literally just watching. Here we go. Next one's coming on now. Oh, exit. 2 seconds. So you need to be speaking to people all the time. And I know that some people it becomes really natural to you. I am I'm a people person. So I love to talk to people. I love to chat. I love to interact with people. So for me, it's very natural to have those sort of conversations. It might be that you go for a meal in a restaurant. So I went to my local petrol station and the girl that served me was really chatty, really bubbly. And I was like, look, I'm going to give you one of these. You might already have heard of Scentsy. You might already have a consultant. But if you haven't, you really should consider becoming one because you would be amazing. Literally, that one. That one? Sorry, 1 second, guys. That one? That one. So I literally dropped it into conversation and was like, oh my God, you've been an amazing Scentsy consultant. Give her one of my business cards. And that's how I left it. I haven't seen her since, but when I do see her next time, I will be like, did you check out the Scentsy? Is it something you was considering? I'm really hoping that she tells me she's joined with someone. But it's just about being brave. It's just about being brave and stepping outside of your comfort zone. I know Ursula this week went and spoke to people in her gym, gave them all sample packs. That is massively stepping out of your comfort zone. But straight away, she said they were all smiley. They were all really happy to receive them. They all loved all smelly things. It worked. It worked for her. And hopefully she's going to have some new people join her group. So you need to be speaking to people. So that's tip number 2. Okay, tip number 3. You want to be learning something new every single day. Now, if you are turning up for this training tonight, boom, you can tick that one off. For me, I listen to podcasts. I've just found a really good podcast that's about women who support women. I want to say that's what it's called. I will find it and I will post it in here for you. But women who support women. Oh, sorry, guys. This wasn't how I was planning this live to go. Artie, Mummy needs to do this live and then she will put some more on for you. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Avenger Toys. Here we go. We're literally on YouTube because he's really, really tired and he needs to go to bed. Learn something new every single day. So always be prepared to... I'm not saying you've got to turn up to every single training. I'm not saying that you've got to be... they're at football, Faye. It's football tonight. They're not... I'm not saying that you've got to turn up to training every single day. I'm not saying that you've got to watch every single live I do. Blimey, you would be here a while because I go live in here quite a lot. But it might be that some of you might be like, do you know what? I'm not inspired by you. I actually am fed up of hearing you say the same old thing. So I need to go and find somebody else. It might be that you need to do some work on your own confidence maybe, or your own actual self-development within you as a person. So you need to find a way where you're learning something new. Now, YouTube is your best friend. I'm not going to lie. Like while I sit here and do work, I've got sometimes YouTube on in the background. I normally search for superstar directors just because I think they've got to the top. So therefore, I want to be learning from them. I want to be looking at what they're doing. I want to be... Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm really sorry. What one? That one?
Yeah, that one.
Right, sit down nicely and watch it because I'm not putting another one on. So you want to be filling your brain with information. You want to be a sponge, okay? The more you are a sponge, you're going to be inspired. You're going to get ideas. Like, I love when I find something new. I'm like, oh my God, this is like gold. Because I really am going to find something that is going to give me an idea. And it might be something really silly. Like I was listening to this podcast this week and she wasn't really talking about something that was relevant to Scentsy, but it got the cogs turning in my head where I was thinking, how could I apply that to Scentsy? So for example, it was about, so she was talking about just, so say I ran a health and fitness business. This is what she was saying. You would run a health and fitness business. You want people to buy your products. So she said, what I was coming up with this idea was, she said, I would create a 7-day free group that is free for people to join my group. Now, I'm trying to apply this to Scentsy. So I'm thinking, right, we could do this with people that maybe want to join Scentsy, or maybe people that want to earn free Scentsy. So this is my thought process behind this. So this is how I learned something that wasn't even related to Scentsy, and I flipped 180'd it to our business. And then she said what she does is she invites those people into the group and they get 7 days of free information. So it might be 7 days of healthy eating, breakfast that they could eat, the principles of healthy eating. So for us with Scentsy, it could be that we're giving them 7 days worth of posts that they could post on their groups, or 7 days worth of, information about joining and why it might be, great for them to join. So it becomes like a little join group. At the end of the 7 days, they're given an option to buy something. So it might be to buy a cheap join kit for us, for example. For them on this 7 days, it was to buy into a healthy eating program. So I was thinking, well, we could do that. So you create a group, you give them all the join information. It's like you give them all the reasons they might want to join. And at the end of 7 days, they're given the option to join your team for £25 or for free, or even for £50 or the full £85 kit. You've got all of those options. And then what she does is she keeps those people in that group. They don't leave that group. They stay in that group unless they choose to leave. Then she will run another 7-day program. She says what she does is takes all of the information out of the group. She doesn't take the people. She keeps the people in the group, but she takes all the information out of the group. She renames the group, and then she invites new people to the group. And then she runs the same 7-day program again, but with a slightly different twist on it. But the posts are all copy and paste. So she's literally driving in all the posts. And this was all on this podcast, and I will post the podcast in here so you can listen to it. And I thought, oh my God, what a great idea. I wasn't listening to anything that was related to Scentsy. She wasn't talking about Scentsy. She wasn't talking about wax. She wasn't talking about warmers. She spoke just like me, really, really fast. And I was getting really excited because I was listening to it thinking, how could I put a Scentsy spin on this? How could I make this relevant to all of you guys? How could I make this relevant to my business? And boom, that was what I come up with. That was like, as it worked. It worked for me. My dog's just about to get attacked by my cat because my cat's a cow bag and he's following her around. But so you might hear them fighting in a minute. Do apologise. So, but that literally was by simply listening to a podcast. It then gave me food for thought. And then what that did was then straight away got my cogs turning, and it got me excited and it gave me an idea. I haven't actually done anything with it yet. But so if you learn something new every single day, and for example, if you don't know how to sample, you could search samples in this group and you're going to find loads of videos. If you want organisation tips, you're going to find them in this group. You can literally type organisation. If you don't know how to recruit, you can literally put in recruiting and you will get up every video I've ever done on recruiting. If you don't know how to grow your circles, for example, that was a really good example of how to grow your circle. But it's all here. And if not, it's all on YouTube. And if not, there are books, so many books that you can read to tap into all this information. But just by turning up once a day and giving 10 minutes to feed your brain, that podcast was 8.5 minutes. But look what I got out of 8.5 minutes. So learn something new every single day. Be a sponge. So we've got be consistent, speak to new people, and we've got learn something new. Okay? Every single day. So that's where we are. If you do those things every single day, it's going to change your business. Okay, number 4. You're going to ask somebody every single day before. So say, for example, you see a friend that has never heard of Scentsy. Rather than saying to them, would you like a borrow bag? Would you like to borrow some wax and warmers? Or would you like a sample pack? The first thing you're going to ask them is, have you ever considered joining Scentsy? If you think about it this way, if somebody then says, oh no, it's really not my thing, you can always then turn the conversation around to say, oh, that's not a problem. Why don't you have a borrow bag instead? Because you're going to absolutely love the product. If you don't want to join, you're going to love the product. If somebody says to you, you say, would you like a borrow bag? And they say, oh, not really. I don't know if I'm interested in that. Then it's then really hard to direct them to the, would you like to join conversation? Because if they don't want to borrow a bag, they're probably not going to want to join your team. Okay. So this was a tip that I got from Chastity Robinson. And she's an SSD. This was on her YouTube. This is where I got the idea for this live. It's not something I've just come up with. This is something I got the idea from. She said, I wish it wasn't by host join. She said, I wish it was join by host. And I was like, oh my God, that's actually magic. That is like magic. Because if you ask somebody to join your team first and they say no, you can really quickly turn that conversation around into, okay, look, you don't want to join. Not a problem. But let's get you some wax. Let's get you warmers. Let's get you some counter clean. Let's get you some buddy clips. Let's get you all the other things that you need in your life that is going to make your house smell amazing. It's not a problem. I know that you've said no to joining my business, but once I've got you hooked on the products, you might want to join my business. So that is like magic, isn't it, Paula? This is magic. And this is where it lit a fire in me. I was like, oh my God. So just by asking one person every single day, have you considered joining Scentsy? Don't ask them, have you ever tried Scentsy before? Ask them if they've ever considered joining Scentsy. That should be your starting point of a new conversation with a new person. Have that conversation once a day. If they say no, you say, not a problem. Let's sort you out some wax. Let's get you a sample pack instead. Because if you don't want to join, you're going to love the products. How magic is that? Straight away, they can't really say no to that. They can't say no. So, be consistent. Speak to people. Learn something new every day. And you're going to start a conversation with, have you considered joining? And then my last tip, actually I've got 2 more tips. So it's actually 6 tips. It's not really 5. Your next tip is to follow up with 5 people every single day. So every day, no matter what, you're going to ask 5 people how they're getting on with their products. It literally is that simple. Now, a follow-up doesn't have to be... 1 minute, just updating YouTube. 1 second. You want toys on? Sorry, we have to put toys on. Let's go with that one, yeah? So, the next one is to follow up with 5 people. Keep it really simple. Take out your order book, go back to 5 people that have bought product from you and just simply ask them, do you love your product? Is there any problems with your product? And do your bulbs work? Literally keep it that simple. Don't worry about the whole, oh, did you love your product? Can you do this? Once they've come back to you and they say, oh my God, yes, I love it. I'm warming Luna. Can you take a picture for me? Can you stick that picture on my page? I'd really, really appreciate it. That would go a really long way. Could you share it with a couple of friends and family? Or even, have you got anyone that you want to refer that you think would absolutely love the product? But 5 people. Every single day, just message 5 of your customers. 5 people. So we're now at a point where we're saying you're going to message 5 people and you're going to ask one person to, have you ever considered joining? So realistically, I'm asking you to speak to 6 people and then maybe a stranger every single day. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. I have a conversation with some of my customers every single day, whether it be on my page, whether it be on one-to-one message. I do a lot of WhatsApping with my customers. I have a broadcast that I send out to all my customers. But literally follow up with your customers and just ask them how they're getting on with their Scentsy. It doesn't have to be calculated. It doesn't have to be, it could even just be a how are you message or, oh my God, it's really raining today. How are you getting on with the kids being at home? Keep it simple, but follow up with 5 people every single day. 5 customers. If you've only got 5 customers, do it once a week. Do it once a week until you build. Okay, very last tip for you, okay, is to be your own best customer. And by that, I mean, I know that we can't all afford to buy loads and loads of product, but you need to be using the product. You're not going to sell the product if you're not using the product. And I know that there are probably people in this group that are not using the product as much as you could be. You possibly are still using, I don't know, Flash instead of Counter Clean. Go and buy the Counter Clean. Go and buy the washer whiffs. Go and buy the product. Be prepared to invest a little bit because I can promise you that it will come round and it will work in your favour. Going on your stories, talking about a flower that you've got in your home and you styling that flower in your home and making that flower look amazing in your house because that's what people want to see. People have come here, customers have come here before and they're like, oh my God, this is your hallway, like where I'm standing at your door. I now see your warmer that I see in your live. People love that. They want to see products in your house. Okay, they want to see products that you are using. And sometimes we have to speculate to accumulate a little bit and make sure that we buy some products so that you can use those products. So exactly that, Paula. If, for example, Kirsty gave an amazing tip, these, I have got loads of washer with tubs. Look, nothing in them. I've used them. They smell amazing. I don't even like Jammy Time, but I love the washer whiffs in them. So Jammy Time washer whiffs, got absolutely nothing in there, but they're in my drawer. Why? I've used them. I've reviewed them. I can pretend that when I take images of me like, oh my God, I'm doing washing today with Jammy Time. If I haven't got any of the products, I can at least pretend I have because I've got empty product there. And then when you get your free credit, you make sure you treat yourself to something in your half price items or your free credit that you can use and that you can show people. Okay, you need to love the products. You loving the products, you saying, oh my God, like the flowers, I'm absolutely in love with them. Like I know that Kirsty England absolutely loves our flowers. Sea salt and avocado flower is her favourite. I know that because I've seen it on her business page. I've seen it on a customer group. I had to have one off of her that I've got to send back to her when they come back in stock because I had one for a customer and she was like, it's my last one. But I know how much she loves them because I see it on her Insta stories. I see it on her business page. All the time. You will see me talk about kiwi fruit because it's my favourite. You will see me talk about, actually I've got loads of favourites, but you will see me talk about my favourite products and I will show my favourite products all the time on my Insta stories. Me turning on my warmers in the morning. Me, you know, with my warmers on, not right now, but in the background, I need to work on this a little bit more. But all the things that I do, I go live, I talk about my favourite 6-pack. That's something that sells wax for me all the time because I'm honestly using those 6 waxes and I'm showing those 6 waxes. I'm literally saying I'm using these. People are seeing me on my Insta stories using, you know, if Windowsill Breeze, Oodles of Orange, Luna, Coconut Lemongrass, and I don't know, Here Comes the Sunflowers and maybe Lemon Sorbet are being used in my house in some way, shape or form, or even a 3-pack bundle. I literally show people that and I say to them, look, this is what I'm using. And then people will buy it because they trust me, because they are then saying, oh my God, I love that product. I'm going live. I'm showing what I'm doing. Do you know what? I need to go live in my customer group more. And I'm going to make a promise to you guys. I'm going to go live in my customer group every single day this week to see what happens, to see what impact that has. But you need to be your own very best customer. You need to be using the products. You've got to be passionate about the products. And you've got to show your love for the products. If you get free credit, use it to treat yourself to something. I've just seen that my party's just hit £118 free credit. So I'm like, whoop, whoop, can't wait to like buy some goodies for myself. So that is my top tips for you guys. You do those things every single day. So be consistent. Every day, open your shop window. Speak to people every single day. You know, be that person that is going into shops and being like, hey, how are you? Thank you very much for holding the door open, or holding the door open and saying to people, have a nice day. It's little things like that that go a really long way that they're going to remember you by. Okay? Learn something new. Be a sponge. Every single day, look for something new. Look for a new product. Look for something new to learn. Learn something new. Go on the workstation. There's loads of training on there. There's so much out there. Follow up with 5 customers every single day. Every single day. If you're going to have a join conversation, start it with, have you ever considered joining to somebody that's brand new? That's tip number 5. And lastly, be your own best customer. Use the products, because when you use them, you're going to show people how passionate you are about the products. So I do apologise that we were interrupted by YouTube Avenger Toys. I really, really hope that you found a little bit of this useful. If you did love it, tag your teamies. If you're watching it on replay, hashtag replay, because I'd love to know your thoughts. I'd really love some feedback. If you found it useful, tell me below. If there's something you want to see me training in, ask me. Message me or stick it in the group and say, could I get some training on X, Y, and Z? Even if it's, more than likely, I've done the training before, but I'm redoing a lot of trainings. I'm going live in here more. I am going to come live for you guys at some point to talk to you about my story, which I haven't done for a while. I really hope you found it useful, and I'll speak to you all soon. Have a great night. Bye-bye.